If you want to show support to this channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. And to stay up to date on new content, when we release it, ring the notification bell. Now let's get into the video. Hi, thanks for coming to my channel. I'm Your Everyday Joe. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing an unboxing of this Aerogarden. It's an in-home garden system. You add some water, food, ingredients, that's all in there. I know these things are pretty popular. I haven't gotten one before. This is my first one, so we're going to open it up and see what's inside, and we'll go over some of the instructions on it if you want to know how to set this up and what these things look like. So I'm going to unbox this thing, and I'll bring you back when I've got everything open. Okay, I've got everything out of the box right now. Basically, you have your main unit. They also include, looks like a starter kit, some seed pods. This one here is for 6 pods, so whatever's in there. It looks like in this kit that comes with the unit, you have 6 pre-seeded pods, 6 grow domes, which are just basically covers for the seeds until they start sprouting, some plant food, and quick start guide. So we're going to see how these things turn out once we get them seeded. Looks like you have we have some thyme. We always have thyme. Some thyme, some curly parsley, some dill, some Genovese basil, some mint herb, and some Thai basil. So it's a nice little kit to start. If you've never grown anything before, these things are pretty good. This is my first one, but I do know people who've had them, and they use them pretty frequently, pretty successful with them. So you also have a power adapter, and what comes included is also your quick setup guide, which is basically walks you through. It's got some pictures here. You can see, kind of walks you right through step 1, step 2, step 3. Pretty simple stuff. Just follow the instructions, and that's what we're going to do, and we'll see how it turned out here. And of course, you have the main unit here. Now, the main unit's got 3 components. You have the base at the bottom. You have the section at the top where the seeds go in, the pods go in. Also have an opening here for adding your water and your plant food. And of course, you've got your light. These are LED lights. They're multicolored, I guess. I don't know if you could see this here, but there's quite a few of them there. So this will open up to about maybe 12 inches in height. You can adjust it to different heights. This light is what's going to help it grow, along with the water in there. Now, I'm going to turn this around here just so you can see. In the instructions here, and we're going to follow the instructions just so you can keep up here. Okay. Step 1 is to make sure that the bowl is securely seated in the base. So this is the bowl here. This is the base here. So when you take it out, it's going to be loose like that. So you got to be careful when you're lifting this. You don't pick it up with the water in it. You'll make a mess. Dump the water all over the place. I'm sure it's happened. Also, if you take a look at the back here, they also tell you in step 2 to make sure that the power cord for the lighting system is plugged in. So when you do take it out of the box, make sure that is plugged in. Now you can unplug it. I mean, it's in there pretty snug, so pull it out, and you can take this over to the sink and fill it up before you put it back on. So you don't have to take this the whole unit with you. So that was step 2. Step 3, it says we're going to add the water to the fill here. And if you take a look at the top here, you take this little cover off. At the top here, there's a little knob, looks like. It says fill to here. So you basically want to get the water to that level there. So it's roughly about an inch below the lip here. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So we'll set that up, set that aside here. Okay. So let's. I'm going to use my zero water filter container here. I've been using this thing for years. It's fantastic. It takes pretty much everything out of your water. They're a little pricey, but definitely worth using, especially if you're in an area with some hard water. So I'm just going to fill it up to the fill to here section. Okay, so you can see that I have it filled to the fill to here section here. The water's right up to that level there. And this is a 6-pod unit. Here's your wire here. And you want to make sure this part here gets plugged in. This one here gets plugged in before you set it down. Okay, so we just finished filling that up. And you can see that it's right up to the filter here. So now, you're going to make sure you clean any water up. If you spilled any, you want to make sure, because this is an electrical connection, so you want to make sure you got all that cleaned up. All right, so I'm going to put it back on the base now. So I'm just going to put it right back on the base, plug this in, and it sits right in there. So you can see it just plugs right back here. There's a little handle on these. They actually thought of it in advance just to make things easier, so you can just pinch it here and plug it right into the slot here. So it does make it a little easier that way there. So that's actually not too bad here. And we're going to read the next section. Let's say it says add water. This is step number 3. Add water to the filter here. We did that. We're going to add some plant food directly to the bowl as per the instructions. So I'm assuming the plant food is in here. So let's open this up. So we'll just open that up. Okay. Get rid of that. And we'll open this up here and we'll see what's in here. So in here you have obviously I think your pods are in this thing here. Here's your plant food. Actually, it's quite a bit they give you, and your domes. Again, these are like little covers, little plastic covers, just enough to cover the seed while it's growing. And that's pretty much it here. So let's see. Add water, drop the pod in the seed pod, add the plant food, and guaranteed to germinate. It says it right here. These are guaranteed. All right. So let's open this up too. Okay. So you can see that these pods actually are kind of cool looking. You know, they look like little snow cones, little cones here. I'm assuming there's a seed inside there, and there's some kind of dirt, spongy material here with a plastic protectant, I guess, over it. So this one here is the Genovese basil. I'm going to put that right there. I guess it just goes right in there. The mint, put that on this side here. Now, I don't think it matters. I mean, some, as they grow, they may grow bigger. I don't know. If you stay tuned to this channel, we'll see how these grow. They said, I read somewhere that it may take up to 5 weeks for them to actually grow, and you can start harvesting them. Okay, this is a Thai basil. We're going to put that one there in. And the curly parsley we'll stick in the back here. And thyme in the front. And dill we'll stick right here next to the Genovese basil. All right, so next step is we're going to add the plant food. All right, we're going to be using 8 milliliters or 2 capfuls at startup every 2 weeks. So we're going to be putting this in every 2 weeks. See, you can use it for house plants, outdoor gardens. I guess we'll find out how it works inside, and then we'll take it outside in the springtime. Here in New England, it's getting kind of cold, so I decided to buy one of these to make things a little nicer, a little fresher foods. It's always good to grow your own. You know it's in your foods. All right, we're going to use 2 capfuls. So, yeah, that actually smells kind of sweet. I wouldn't drink it though. Okay. 1. And 2. Okay, we're going to cover this up and put that here. So the next step, okay, add the water, we drop in the seed pods, add the plant food. In step 2, after you drop in the seed pods, you can place the domes over the pods. Leave the domes on the pods until the plants nearly touch the domes, then you can remove it. So basically, we're gonna put these right out of the gate, right in the beginning. You just snap them on here. Okay, and they kind of snap on. Okay. Okay. Not really tight. I mean, they kind of loose fit. So just place them on top there. They don't really. Doesn't feel like they're really catching anything. I don't know if that's normal or that's how it should be, but we'll put them on either way. Follow the instructions, right? So let's do that. Put that on top. I would think that they were kind of snap fit, but maybe they don't. Okay. We need our fill cover. That's this thing here. Let's put this here back on here. All right. So here we are. It's all set to go. Lower the light to the beginning stage. Now, the domes have to stay on until the plant actually reaches the bottom of that dome. You don't want it to hit and kind of get crushed in there. So when the plant gets to that level, it's maybe about an inch. Then you pop the domes off. All right. So now comes the interesting part, where we plug it in and set the timer. Okay, so let's get the power outlet. Power adapter. Take the power adapter and it plugs into the back here. So just going to turn that around. There's a power adapter here, so you want to make sure you don't put this one here, the pump, into that one there. So slide that in. Kind of snaps fit. It's pretty tight. So I'm going to plug this in, and we're going to see what this thing looks like. Okay, so wow, these are pretty bright, these LEDs. So I'm just going to turn it around here so you can see. So I guess the next part here is to set the timer. So when you plug it in, it says here that Aerogarden, for the first time, it will come on and will continue to come on at the same time every day. So the way the timer works on this is when you first turn it on, that's the start time for the cycle. And I believe I read somewhere here they stay on for about 15 hours. All right, so this is going to stay on for about 15 hours. In 15 hours from now, so let's say you started at noontime. So 15 hours from then would be roughly 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, I don't know about you, but this is kind of bright for the house at 3 o'clock in the morning. So what you want to probably do is start it early in the morning, somewhere around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. So it'll turn off roughly around 11 o'clock at night. And then that will be the turn off time. So it'll start at the same time every day, and it'll turn off 15 hours afterwards. So this will stay on now for 15 hours. Or if you're going to reset, you have an option here to reset. Okay, you can actually turn your light on or off by hitting the light button. So the front of the unit has 3 buttons from the right to the left, or the left to the right, depending where you're standing. You have a light on off, add water, add plant food. So it actually gives you reminders on this. So if you want to restart your light, you just touch it. It's not a click. It's actually very, very sensitive. You just slide your finger over it, and it actually it turns right on. That's pretty much it here. So let's keep looking here. You also get a quick reference guide here on the domes and what to do and all the steps. Basically everything we followed in this quick reference guide. So you have helpful hints and quick reference guide, and then you have your quick setup guide. Again, quick reference guide, and then in your seed pod kit, you also have a quick reference guide. And this is kind of cool too. I mean, they actually added a couple of recipes. One for easy tomato basil soup, which actually looks really good, and a lemon dill vinaigrette on the side, on the back here. So it gives you something to get started with the seed pods that you got here. So that's actually pretty cool. I think the unit's kind of sleek looking. Looks nice. We'll have to see. We'll check back and see how they grow in about 5 weeks. If you do follow this channel, you'll probably see this sitting probably in the background here, and you'll be able to tell how the progress is. So make sure you check back in every week to this channel to see the videos. Also, I'll put links to this in the description below. They're affiliate links. You can buy them on Amazon. It actually helps out the channel. Your prices don't go up for that, so you don't have to worry about. It's not commission based like that. They don't charge you more, so they can give us a couple of cents. So I'll put links to everything you see here: the Aerogarden seed pods, and also this. If you're interested in this zero water container, I'll put a link to that too. This is really nice. I've had this for a long time, and it does make a huge difference in water flavor. As you can see, after about 2 weeks of growth, the dill actually took off really quickly, followed by the basil, both the Thai and the Genovese basil. They just took off after the first week or so. The thyme in the far left corner seems to be catching up. The parsley still has the dome on it, followed by the mint, which just started sprouting after about 15 days, although the container said 6 to 10 days. I was getting a little nervous, but it seems to be sprouting now. After 5 weeks, you can see the dill really starting to sprout well, ready for harvesting here, also with the basil, both the Genovese and the Thai basil. The thyme in the far left corner looks to be ready for use. The parsley and the mint are lagging a little bit behind after 5 weeks, but I'm sure in the next couple of weeks ready to harvest also. So in closing, I can say that all the seeds are guaranteed to germinate and sprout is definitely valid. So I can definitely vouch for their guarantee on this specific model with these seeds. So so far so good. We're looking at the harvesting coming in the next week or so. Definitely going to start using the basil and the dill along with the thyme in some of my future meals. So make sure you stick around to this channel and see how I use the herbs that I'm growing out of this Aerogarden harvest. Okay, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.